faith, grace, love connection is righteousness. Well, howdy folks, this is Stephen Detweiler. It is Wednesday. It's February 7th, 2024. 2024, a very interesting year according to what we're finding out. And we all know it. And we're just getting confirmation about it. Signs in nature. The convergence of two cycles of the cicadas. Since 2 is the first prevalent number presented, it was beneficial for us to start there. 2 cycles, the 2 in the 2 cycles. So it's beneficial. You got to have a starting point. What's the most prevalent thing we saw? We saw the number 2. And boy, this is spot on in what we have seen in our country today. Let's continue on with Troy Brewer's Numbers That Preach, Revised Edition. Yesterday we looked at pairs of people that were totally opposite, diametrically opposed to each other, making the point of complete division, the division of righteousness and unrighteousness. Go to yesterday's video and get that list of people, just for comparison. Troy Brewer goes on to say, there's a difference between the 2, and that separation is what makes the one a faithful witness against the other. So we see in this aspect of the number 2 a complete separation. We are called to be separate, set aside, the children of God. Between light being a faithful witness against the dark. Remember, we are evaluating the convergence of these 2 cycles of 13 years and 17 years coming together and what that might mean according to the numbers. 13 times 17 is 221, and they are on a 221-year convergence cycle. So we see this number twice as a witness. There is no coincidence in the things of God. We are going to look at the number 21 tomorrow. One more thing about the number 2. It is also a positive, faithful witness. We looked at the number 2 in its meaning of complete separation. On the flip side, it also means a faithful witness as God sends out his witnesses 2 by 2. In Revelation, you see the 2 witnesses witnessing in Jerusalem. In Mark 6, he sent them out. And then in Mark 6, he sent them out by 2s to witness the gospel. In Genesis 7, God caused the animals to come to the ark in 2s. God used Joshua and Caleb as the 2 that stood in their covenant with God by faith. These are just a few examples how God uses the number 2 as a faithful witness, standing together for the gospel, or to say, the kingdom. I needed to point that out before we got to 21 so you can see the contrast of the number 2 and to see who we are and how we're supposed to respond, and that we should have a group of people that we can rely on. You better have at least one other person you can agree with. You know, where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, okay? So make sure you have at least one other person that's on the same page with you as a faithful witness as we go through this time period that we're called to be a part of. We are part of this. God doesn't give us prophetic awareness to scare us. He does this to prepare us. Prepare us for what? For what's going down. Prepare us to be who we are called to be, prepared to be the faithful witness to this world, bringing light to the dark. That's what this is about. And let's get into the number 21 tomorrow. I love you. God bless you. And I'll see you next time.